Sometimes it takes a couple minutes for YouTube to get up and running. In the meantime, I'll just describe my channel. So my name is Maggie Bates, and I'm an artist. By day, I'm a co-owner of a worker-owned cooperative, and we do design build work. I manage the design department right now, and I do a lot of the marketing. I originally studied art, and then I added in some architectural drafting, and then I added in certified passive house, and now I've gone back in all of my free time to doing art. It's pretty much all I do. And today I plan on illustrating a goat face, which I've done before, but I'm going to do it again. A new goat, and then I'm going to make it rain. It's really I'm in the Pacific Northwest, and it's really been kind of a cool, rainy summer so far, and so I just thought I would draw it as I draw lots of different kinds of things, and I often come on here on Saturdays and I draw live. I think that people can learn how to draw by watching me. I think they can pick up some tool tips by watching me. I think some people just enjoy like having some very simple screen time where there's no big plot, there's nothing being asked of them, and they can just enjoy watching someone else draw. And it looks like it takes a while for YouTube to get up. Hi there. I think someone finally has joined. Hi, Sarah. And I was just going over a little bit about my channel. I'm going to draw a goat face today, and I'm going to make it rain because it's been raining here all morning. It rained yesterday. And I just thought, oh, I know how to make it rain in my Adobe Illustrator program. So why not show people how I do that? And so I'm going to get started here. Let's open up. I'm going to flip my camera in just a second. You're going to see my view out the window. And I have hi, Sean Kelly. I have some beautiful new yellow roses. I wonder if I can, oh, I can zoom in. Let me just zoom in. I just got these last week, and I so enjoy looking out my window at these little yellow roses that are on my deck. I love them. Aqua Gaming from the UK. Wow. Nice to see you. Okay, so I am gonna get my camera going down here, or my drawing. So let me switch my camera down. Hopefully you won't get seasick while I do this. All right, there we go. All right, so today is live art. This is the cover I made. Hopefully that's what you saw when you clicked on here. I'm done with that one. And I am going to go to a drawing that I've already started. I was going to check the comments. I have a lot of comments coming through here, so appreciate that. Hi. From the Netherlands. Wow. This is so cool that I'm getting way out there. 'Cause I'm in the Pacific Northwest. How's the weather out there? It's been rainy and cool here. Madness Combat. It's very family friendly. Okay. Envy. Yes, I see your comment. Hi, Sean Kelly from Maryland. Avni Rothmore. Hello, hello. Hello. You're from India. Oh, it's hot. All right, Alexandre Landfort. I wish it was hot here. It's been a little bit too cool. I literally pulled out my down jacket the other day when I was at work and put it on because I was so chilled. Yeah. So, oh, your son is from, Sean Kelly, your son is from New Zealand. Wow. I lived in Alaska for a while. So I've driven, I've driven through Canada and I lived in Alaska and now I live in the Pacific Northwest. I used to live in Wisconsin, which is central US. And so I've gotten a little bit around on this continent and I've gotten an airplane and got a few other places. I just got to visit Europe for the first time in my life 2 years ago. And it was amazing. And then I visited Ireland last year. I've been down to where have I been? To Central America, Mexico, Belize. I haven't been to South America, but that sounds like it would be cool. I would love to go to India. I would love to go to New Zealand. Yeah. Okay. So, whoops, screen's gone dead. Time to get going on the drawing. Let me wake it back up. There we go. Just a moment. Thanks for bearing with me. Okay, here we go. Let's get this drawing on the way. So I'm using Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to just set my camera so that you can see my tools. Oops, sorry for my hand. Will you be able to see my tools? Let's see here. I have to get up here and look at what you can see. Oh, I see what happened. I'm like, how come I'm having to go so high? I don't normally have to do that. Okay. I had zoomed in and I forgot. Oops. Okay, I think I've got it pretty good for the audience. All right, so this is my sketch I worked on this morning, and let me just show you what I've done so far by just, I have this ability in here to show you the time lapse of what I drew. And so the program records as you draw. And so this is what I did this morning in preparation for this work I'm going to do in front of the screen. For me to work all this out in front of you before I start coloring stuff in is, I mean, if I want people to stay with me, sometimes I think it's helpful to get an undersketch done and then just sort of sized it overall so that I could put a rain cloud above. Okay, so that's where we are. That's all on one layer here, and I'm going to simply adjust get the right button here, the layer opacity. I'm just going to drop that a little bit so that I can draw on top of it and it's not so bright in the background. Okay, and I have the symmetry button on, which is, it's going to duplicate everything I do. If I draw it on this side, it's going to draw it on that side. And that's the way I want it right now. I don't always have the symmetry button on. It's one of the advantages of this program. Oh, thank you. Someone complimented my drawings. Thank you. This is Adobe Fresco. And this is an iPad and an Apple Pencil. There's other programs that you can use that are very similar. Procreate, I believe, is very similar to this. Adobe Illustrator has a lot of the same tools, and you can do a little bit more on Adobe Illustrator. Sometimes the desktop version is not very easy to use. It's not quite as it's not quite as painterly friendly. Oh, SpongeBob, hi, thank you. Flip a Clip, yes, I pay for a subscription to Flip a Clip. I haven't used it in a while. Would you like to see me do a Flip a Clip at some point? Because I will go ahead and work on a live Flip a Clip if people want to see that. So Flip a Clip is it's basically a little animation drawing. It's like, remember the old flip books, and you just flip the book, and as every page flips by you, a different drawing was on that page, and it looks like an animation. So yeah, okay, flip a clip. I'm paying for the subscription. I haven't used it a lot lately. I used to use it all the time. So that's a great idea. Thank you for that idea. Um, yeah. Yeah, it's funny how creativity works. You think you're going to make one thing and then you make another thing entirely. All right, so I'm gonna shift up here to a vector layer. If you comment and I don't answer, it's not because I don't appreciate the comments. I really do. I just start looking at my screen down here, and my phone is up here, and I can kind of see the comments, but when I get focused down here, I don't see them. So I'm sure you all kind of understand that. So the first thing I'm going to do is probably right here. I'm going to do sort of an underlayer of white so that I have everything mapped out on this. So we'll start with a white color. So I've got a vector brush, choose the white color. White, please, thank you. I see now it switched there, so I'm good. Oh, and I can also, let me just do this too so I can, I'm gonna add a layer and I'm gonna bucket fill, before I do the white, let me bucket fill a gray background vector. Now I'll be able to see what I'm drawing with the white. I'll go back to the vector brush. I go back to the white color, and I'm going to go back to this layer, which is just my vector layer. I just want to create a background. And I'm going to go ahead and bucket fill that. So, boo, animate, Adobe animates better. I tried it making a ball, ended up making a bomb. Right. Adobe animates better. Oh, okay. I do the animate on Fresco, and I'm going to do that today actually. Okay. So I think I need to move this out a little bit, so just bear with me for a minute while I adjust my setup here. I was bumping into my stand that's holding my phone. Okay, thank you. Hang on. Oh, thanks for all the love buttons. That's nice. All right, so I've got my background. I'm going to start doing a color layer here. I wanted you to notice something. See those irises on that goat? I learned recently that just by looking at a bunch of goat photographs, that they have like rectangular irises. Let's see, pupils. So I'm going to turn on ChatGPT in the background and ask them about that. Hey there, can you hear me?
I'm here. Let me know whenever you're ready to jump back in.
I want to turn the volume down, and it seems like all the volume on here. Let me try this. I'm going to turn the volume down here. Okay, can I hear you talk again?
Sure, I can definitely keep talking. Hopefully that volume adjustment helps a bit. Just let me know if you need me to louder or quieter.
That's fine. I just want you to tell me about a goat eyes and the shape of the pupil and the ability of goats to see.
Absolutely. Goat eyes are pretty fascinating because they have these horizontal rectangular shaped pupils. That unique shape actually helps them have a really wide field of vision, helpful for them because spot predators more easily, and they also have pretty good night vision thanks to the way their eyes are structured. So overall, they've got some pretty cool vision adaptations.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like you're breaking up. I'm gonna have to end with you. Thank you. Okay. So I've used ChatGPT in the past, but right now I hope my connection here is coming across well. I'm having a little bit of trouble on my computer, and I got a notice from my network provider that they were having there was some problems, and it was actually completely out recently. Um, when I was at work, luckily it wasn't when I was home. You couldn't use the internet at all. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get some basic background colors roughed in here. Um, and I think what I'm going to do is use a watercolor brush just to get a nice background happening. Can always come back and, oh, interesting. I didn't want to go outside of the lines, so let me hit the back button. This is the beauty of doing digital. So I want to grab, no, I want to use my magic wand right here. And I'm going to choose that entire white area that I did, and it's going to keep all of my painting inside of that. There's a little dashed line going on right now. And I will go back to my paint layer, and I'm going to start painting, and you'll see now it doesn't go outside. And I'm just going to get everything painted. And then I'm probably going to go in and do a little bit of erasing where I want it to stay nice and light. Get a nice layer going here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to choose a hard round opacity, no, soft round opacity. And that opacity is, so here it's getting more, less opaque. And here, or no, more opaque, less opaque. So I want it to be subtle when I start erasing, and I don't want it to be too big. So they have kind of white muzzles, and then they sort of have that white goes up into this area above their eyes. And then I'm going to say they have kind of a white chest area too. Just checking the comments. Oh, someone's asking a question in the chat. So, well, I think that I would like to give it the curly horns when I do a side view, Levi. That's a great idea. And maybe I'll do that on the next one. I've kind of mapped this one out though. Any Epic Music fans? Hanyu 2007 is asking, and I think that's a great question. I depend on other people for all of my music. I have to admit that. I depend on other people because I've never been very good at um, figuring out I kind of like it's a social thing for me. I guess that's what I want to say. Music for me is a social thing. I love to go to musical events. I love to listen to music, but I don't go shopping for music. I know a lot of people are going to think, what? Okay, I'm going to go with a hard round eraser now because I want to do a little bit of detail around the eye. And I'm going to make it pretty small and get in here. And so I'm basically just erasing here to kind of, okay, I'm gonna go up here now and create another layer. It's gonna be a vector layer and get this kind of the black areas mapped out. Go to a vector brush. And I'm going to use a bit of a taper. I like a tapered line. Not that much taper though. And then we'll make those square pupils. And I'll fill that in on both sides. Thanks so much for the thumbs up. Hey, if I didn't say it before, I am actually trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm up around 850 something right now. And I've been working at this for not quite a year, but many months. And anybody who would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I think I'm going to give this guy some more golden eyes. Get over here to, oh, thank you, yo girl. I love having new subscribers and we can connect again. Yes, I saw. Thank you so much. And let's go back to the vector black, and I want to get the nose area. And then I think I'm going to go with just a little bit lighter, like a gray around this nose. Oops. And then bucket fill that. Okay, so his nose is pretty dark. And I know that I want to want that same gray. Go back to my, whoopsie. He started to look kind of sinister there for a minute. And I'm going to fill with a little light pink. The mouth. I also want to get a little bit of a light pink brush stroke right in here. I see some more comments. Let me read them. You know what, Yogi Girl? I have, so Yogi Girl Michaela. I have a dragon drawing that I've done. You can find it on my channel. I did it as a live. I think I've got maybe a short of that same dragon drawing. And then I did it as two different lives because I think I drew the dragon, and then on another live, I think I added a fairy to the dragon, like floating in the air, like a flying fairy. But I draw things like I've drawn this goat before, but I'm going to add rain today, so I am not opposed to doing things more than once. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back to the black and fix what I just messed up. Hey, I want to hear from people out there who like to draw too. Look at my PFP. I'm not sure what that is. You like to draw. Awesome. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad you all like to draw. That's the folks that I wanna connect with. Like, that's what it's all about for me, is drawing. In all my free time, I draw, 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 draw. Now I could be creating separate layers for all of this that I'm doing, but it doesn't always have to get complicated like that. Sometimes you can just do everything on one layer, and then you treat it more like if you were painting on a piece of paper, where you're like, oh, I went over on that line, so let me go back here. Oh no. Let me go back here and draw over that kind of mistake I just made. Okay, so there we go. Then I want to add some white, and I'm going to use a bucket fill to do this, so this could be risky. Did it work? I think it did. So if I were to turn off this layer, there we go. It's looking good. Let's see on the other side. I have to do some bucket filling here. Bucket fill white there and there. Oopsie. What happened? Am I on the right layer? Oops. Don't want to do that. I want to do it there. There. Then I want to go grab my pink. Not there. There. And there. Okay. Wow. I've got a lot of comments happening here. Oh. Okay, hang on. I got to catch up. Mistakes are okay. You're right, Yogi Girl. Michaela. A lot of time he used talent for do-it-yourself bind bags and blind boxes. Blind bags and blind boxes. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that when I have a chance. Um, oh, thank you. I just need subscribers. Um, oh, you drew a buff, cool kid. That's nice for a game. Awesome. Hi, Soph. Steak. Hi. Sorry I missed that. Oh, Yogi Girl, you've got 80 subs. Well, you're on your way. Good for you. Okay, I'm going to get back to my drawing. Hi, Soph. All right. So I think now I am going to start working on actually, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to just start actually drawing like every single hair. I actually end up doing that. It's kind of crazy when you've got a computer that I just kind of go back to what I like to do, which is I like to draw. So I've got my vector brush. Let me see what, let me just go on a layer just below let's go just below the eyes and the nose. Just to be, I'm going to go a little bit darker so I can see my, there we go. And I think I'm going to actually turn off the selection because I want the little hairs. Oopsie. Go back. All right, here we are. There, I want the hairs to to go beyond that white paint that I had selected before. All these comments, it's hard to keep up. I use Adobe Fresco. In this case, I'm using Adobe Fresco, and I have used I use a lot of different programs, Adobe Illustrator. I also use Flip a Clip. I use Filmmaker Pro. I'm always learning something new. I'm going to go back to this little bit lighter gray here, or amber, and do his little chinny chin chin. I have to tell you how much I love the symmetry tool because it makes the drawing twice as fast. I'm going to go to this little bit darker here. Okay, so the face is going to be on one layer, and then I'll probably put the body on another layer below it. I think is how I'm going to work this. I'm going to bring up the size of this a little bit. Okay, Yogi, go have fun. Oh, thank you. I send love right back to you. Thank you. So back we go to drawing. Bye. So I'm actually going to kind of make these hairs curve as if they're going around a round surface, because his head is, got dimension and roundness to it. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Sometimes it flattens out a bit though. Hi, Heaven. How are you? Got my nose in my drawing right at the moment. But I am checking the comments. Oh, the other program that I use a lot, someone asked me what this one was. This one is for Adobe Fresco. I have been doing endless zoom. Does anybody on here do infinity zoom or endless zoom drawings or endless canvas? It is the coolest app, and it's very inexpensive, and it's very simple to use. Like, I highly recommend it if you have never done it before. It's worth it. It's worth it to check it out. The one that I use, I've got it. I just did a video about it. The one that I use is Infinite Zoom. And they've changed their name a few times, and I wonder if there isn't like some weirdness with too many apps being named in a similar way. Oops, went a little bit. I'm gonna go like this so I can get the right angle here. I just want to have a little bit of the brown color happening in that. That's going to be a dark line. I'm going to add dark brown to it. And then it's almost like he's got these brows. They're a little bit in conflict with the direction of the hair I have here. So I'm going to turn off my oversketch for a minute so you can see, where's my oversketch? It's here. You can see what I'm actually drawing and how it's turning out. I like it. So I'm going to turn that back on because it's guiding me. Go back to that layer. All right. Let's do a little fixing in here. I'm going to use my eraser actually and do a little bit of fixing. There we go. I needed to marry that hair direction together. That works better. Okay, I'm going to go to a little bit lighter here for his eyelid. And then we're going to go even darker now and add some nice details here. I am really settling into this today because it is a cool rainy day out there, and I am going to get out. I am going to get outside. I'm going to take a nice long walk, but I'm in no rush because it's kind of cool and rainy out there. And then I have to go out to my friend. My friend owns a farm, and I keep my horse there. I have to go out and take care of my horse and the horse that lives in the same pasture with him. Give them some food, make sure they've got grass to eat, but I'm going to give them some other food and make sure they've got plenty of clean water. I go out there, right now I'm doing 3 days a week, checking on the animals. In the winter, it will increase. I will be out there like 7 days a week, just driving out after work and taking care of the food and water. So I have to do that later today. Well, that was too big. You want it to look much more hair-like. Okay, now I'm going to come in with a really light, almost not a white, but really light. Do another layer of hair here. Thanks so much for joining me today. Gotten a lot of chats and a lot of thumbs up. Really appreciate that. It's so encouraging, I have to tell you. Sometimes it's hard being on YouTube because You're just talking into a void. That's why I really like lives, because I actually get to interact with people when I'm drawing or giving a lesson. So I'm going to turn that over drawing off again just to get a look at how it's looking. And it's pretty, soft focus so far, but that's okay. I'll bring that up. Turn that back on as my guide. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer. I need to be down here. I don't want them to cross like that. I'm probably going to have to draw a line up the center, and then I can splay out of that. I think that's how I'm going to have to do it. I think I'm going to go to an almost white now down here by the nose. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Turn that. Yeah, that's good. I think what I'm going to do on this, turn it back on, and I'm going to make it even more translucent or transparent. Bring that opacity down. So I've just seen a hint of my overdrawing, and I can start kind of creating my own shadowing where I need it. Okay, so I'm on the wrong layer. Am I? Maybe not. Let me go back. go backwards here because I have to pay more attention to the direction of the hairline that I already established. There we go. That's better. And this hairline here is like it's a little bit, I maybe should have thought more about the direction of that. I'm gonna go with it the way it is right now because it seems like it's working okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of highlight over his eyes here. And I think I'm gonna go back to this dark and oh, I see a comment popping up there. Oh, thank you, Jace Boyd. Stardy, hi, how are you doing? I think I said hi to Heaven already, but hi again if you're still here. Thanks so much for coming on. So we're drawing a goat today, and I'm gonna make it rain eventually, but I wanna get the goat details kind of worked out first. And I'm making progress. Oops. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're enjoying the art. And I'm on here in case anybody else really likes to make art and they just want to get better at it. Please join my channel. I'm actually trying to get some more subscribers so that I can keep doing this for free. If I get enough subscribers, YouTube gives me a little jing for my pocket. But it allows me to come on here and create videos without anybody paying me. And I have a lot of lessons. If you want to get better, you can take any of my free lessons I have on there. I do a lot with Adobe Illustrator. I also do a lot with Infinite Zoom. Okay, let's see here. What do we want to create? I want to create a bit of a shadow here. So I think I'll add some dark right here. Okay, and also here. And before I get burned out on drawing, I am going to go in and work on the ears. I tend to leave the ears to the end, and I'm like so tired by the time I get to the ears. It's kind of ridiculous. And I don't do as good of a job on them because I just get so tired of drawing all the little hairs. So rather than have sloppy ears, ears are kind of hard because the hair goes in so many different directions. It's wrapping around in so many different directions that it's easy to kind of fudge and goof it up. And then I'm going to go with just the next. Oopsie, I might have to close. Sometimes I might have to close for a minute. Oh, my pencil's okay. It actually has to save. For some reason, it kind of has its limit on when it'll let me do, and it starts acting up. And usually, once I save, where am I? Okay. All right, I'm going to go to a little bit darker. That's what I was trying to do earlier. Huh, why are you freezing up on me today? There we go. So I'll go to this next darkest one and go over the top of that as the edge of the ear. Come on, go backwards, please. See that dot right there? I want to hit the back button. It's just freezing up a lot. Huh. I have 100% charge. Not sure what's going on here. I am going to close the program and then I'm going to reopen the program. Now I'm kind of stuck with that dot because it won't recognize the back button. That's okay. I can make it work. Okay, I've established how I want the hair to go there. Let me go back to the light one and fix. There we go. Just checking my comments. The app is Adobe Fresco. I'm using an iPad with an Apple Pencil. There's a free version or a very, very cheap version of this, by the way, for Adobe Fresco. I pay the subscription because I use it online and I want to be able to use all the tools when I'm teaching people how to use it. Just in case they want to try all the tools. It's called Adobe Fresco. Hi, Will. Nice to see you. I'm going to read comments here just to make sure I'm not missing something. Okay. Tayani Perryman. Okay, so you heard me. Great. How are you doing today? The app is Adobe Fresco. Tism. Will. The app is Adobe Fresco. I think I already answered that. Hopefully you heard me. Okay, so I think the next is to go to a little bit darker. This one's a little bit darker. And even a little bit darker than that. Come on. Gosh, it's just acting up on me today for some reason. Close the program. It keeps freezing. I don't usually have that problem with this program. Maybe there's a bug or something that needs fixing. Thank you so much for stopping by, everybody. Thank you for the thumbs up. I am really trying to get, I will spell it for you. Here, let me make a new layer for you right here. And I'm going to write it. Oops, haha. Let's turn off the symmetry button. And let's do it in black. Oh, make that smaller. There you go. That's the name of the program, Adobe Fresco. Hi, Isaiah. Ohana. Hello. I have had people from all over the world today. I just want to thank YouTube for sharing this video far and wide. I have not had that experience with YouTube lately, and I'm so thrilled they're sharing it. So I want to know what is the short name for you, Tahani Perryman? Should I just say, am I saying it right? Tayani. Gennaro, hi. Nice to see you today. Thanks for stopping by. Tayani, okay. I'm saying it right. Awesome. So let's get back to drawing here. I've got my black on and I want to go here. We'll go with this medium. Oh, that's the same color as the background. So let's go with a little bit darker. I think maybe more of that golden. Let's see if that, oh, the golden shows up. Ooh, that's kind of cool. A little bit of golden in his ears. Why not? That was his eye color. So I kind of like that. I like that little accent of gold. I'm going to do a little bit more here. Make his ears a little fluffy. I don't want to do too much. We'll put a little gold on his shoulders. Oh, I was going to do his shoulders on a different layer, so let's take that back. Plus, we're going to do, whoops, we're going to go here and add a layer so his shoulders can also have a little bit of gold. Oh, that's interesting. What's going on here? Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna have to draw it. I'm not gonna be able to separate that layer, so let me move that up here. Ah, there we go. Now I can see it. Oops, I forgot to turn on my symmetry. Let me turn the symmetry back on. Symmetry. Okay. So I've got the gold accent on the ears over there, but not over here. So we'll just do a little bit less. And then we'll we'll do this shoulder too. So we've got some gold accent going on there. And we'll get back to a brown layer. I guess I'll go here, pretty dark. There we go. It's so cool when YouTube does this and they send it out, because when they send it out, you know, to a wider audience for me, it's really cool because not only do I get to talk to a bunch of people from other countries, but you get the opportunity to talk to other people from other countries. And how cool is that? I just think it's amazing that we can do this now. Do you know, I am so old. I shouldn't admit this. I'm so old that when I was a little kid, when I was like 5, 6 years old, I lived on a farm. We had a telephone. We had a TV. There were no computers. They'd been invented, but they were like in laboratories somewhere. They were not, there was no internet, nothing. But worse than that, we had what was called a party line. So when you picked up the phone to make a phone call, it wasn't a cell phone, obviously. It was a landline. You picked up the phone to call somebody, and there could be somebody on there talking. And we had a party line with some people that lived a couple miles from us. And so you'd have to wait for them to finish their conversation, and then you could use the phone when they were done. Isn't that kind of crazy? That is how it was, though, back in the day, before technology. Ooh, this looks good. Perfect. Hi Maggie. You're on Maggie or Maggie? Is it a soft G? Maggie? Soft G or hard G? Maggie. I'm Maggie. Mine's a hard G. Nice to hear from you. I love all the thumbs up. I need some more subscribers. I'm trying to hit 1,000 so that I can keep giving these free demonstrations and lessons. So if you like this and you want to find me again, hit the subscribe button, please. I really would appreciate it. Oh, I'm loving this. This is going good. I like how the hair is flowing up here. I'm going to move this over. Don't freeze, please. Don't freeze. I'm going to go out and save. Oh, it's like everything on the side is not. It's allowing me to draw, so I guess I'll just keep drawing. I usually don't have kind of problems with this program. I hope this is just a one-time thing. right. I'm so glad you joined me today. I appreciate people stopping by while I'm drawing. If you want to learn how to become a better artist, you might be better than me, but if you want to pick up some tips from me, um, hit the like and the subscribe so we can connect again. I give away everything I know about art. I give it away free because I believe that making art is one of the most enjoyable, relaxing, fun, sometimes very powerful things that we can do with our voice. And I want everybody to cultivate some sort of a little bit of an art, love of art, some sort of an art practice. And now that so many people have phones and tablets, why not learn how to use them in a way to make art? And that's what I'm doing. I mean, I've done a lot of art in my life. Oh, hey Steak, you're back. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming back around. There's been a lot of people coming and going on here. It's been really fun. Okay. And a lot of people kept asking, what program am I using? So I just went ahead and wrote it up there, Adobe Fresco. The program keeps freezing today though, so I have to leave often and restart. I'm going to completely close it, open it again, open my drawing again. Okay. I'm just about finished with the hair. I've just got a little bit further to go on the hair. This will go pretty fast. It's harder when you've got all the different colors happening. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep going with this. And then I want to create like a definite highlight around here. So I'm going to go back to my white brush and I'm going to put pure white all around the edge of his head. So there's no mistaking where his head is. See, how does that look? That's good. It's really, really defining where his head is. Excuse me. Okay. And we can't forget about around his eyes. Same thing. Oh, his chinny chin is going to be very white. And we're going to do some white along here too. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm getting pretty close on his face. Maybe add a little bit of a highlight there above his eye. I don't know if I like that. Let me take that back. On his eyes, I'm going to turn the symmetry off for a minute because I want to create reflections, but I don't want them to be exactly the same. Okay, so turn the symmetry back on, close that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kendra, I didn't see your comment. So I'm going to, I'll erase that. I'm gonna make this rain. So today I'll be on here for a little while longer because I've got to draw the clouds, and then I'm gonna make an animated rain happen. I have to finish the hair down here, and then I'm gonna start working on that part. The program is Adobe Fresco. I'm on an iPad and this is an Apple Pencil. Okay, so down here, let's go to the, did we decide this worked? Let me think about this. I think so. I think, yes, okay. So we're gonna go with longer hairs here, and I can, it's on a layer below. So it's so cool that I can, oh, that's interesting. It's showing through there. I can do longer hair here. Oh, that's not working very well though. Let me take those. I have to be more careful up here. I saw a comment. Thank you to Haney. Did you leave and come back? It's changed a bit, huh? Hey, if you're here, leave in the comments what part of the country or what part of the world you are in. You don't have to get specific, just, generally. So that looks better. All right, I'm gonna now go to a different color. Okay, so what did we hear? Anybody answer? Arizona, right on. I've been to Arizona. I've been there a couple times. I visited, where have I visited there? I've kind of driven all over Arizona, but I don't have the names of the towns memorized. I know I went to Tucson. I went to Bisbee. I went bird watching in the southwest part of well, I bird watched all over, but I especially went there because they had some really colorful tanagers over there that I had never seen before. Okay, so That's got to be the exact same color because it's not showing up very well. Let me go to a darker color then. Silly program froze again. This is getting a little annoying. Just be patient, Maggie. That's what you have to do. Just be patient. All right, so we're gonna, oh yes, right on. That looks good. Do a little bit longer hairs. Before you know it, we're gonna be moving on to the clouds, the sky and the clouds pretty soon. There must be an update or something that needs to happen because this is not normal for this program. There we go. Whew. Check my comments. I have not tried Ibis Paint. Do you like it? Okay, that's looking good. Oh, we got to do something with the horns here. Although they look pretty good, but I think I want it to be, on this layer. And I think I want to actually go down here. Oh my goodness. So maddening. Yeah, I assumed it was a drawing app. It's fun. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Levi. Thanks for stopping back. Yes, it needs more shadowing. Yeah, we'll definitely get there. Let me just actually go there and do a little bit of shadowing right now, just because it's kind of fun to play around with that kind of stuff. Let's see where I want to put it. I'm going to put it right here below. Oops. I'm going to put a new layer right there. I'm going to go to my darkest brown, and I'm going to make a nice big fat brush, and I will turn off my symmetry. See what happens when I add a shadow. Oh, I like it. Oh, that one got a little bit out of control. Okay, and I want to go in and control this a little bit. I don't want it in there. There we go. Oh, I like that shadow. Let's see if I add a little bit of a shadow over here. I'm going to make this shadow a little bit translucent. So watch this. There, it's not so bold. I like that. Oops, I don't want to do that. There we go. And we could add, just make sure, what layer am I on? I'm on my shadow layer. Let's add it in the ear right there, and the ear right here. A little bit over that eye. No. Okay. For the moment, that is what I'm going to do for shadowing. I can take it even further, but I want to get back to the horns. Great suggestion. There we go. And what layer am I on? If I'm going to work on the horns, I want to be above that layer, but below that layer. So I think I'll go here. I also want to make sure that I stay all within the lines. So let me go to this one and do my magic wand. And I'm going to choose the goat shape. Perfect. Go back up here to this layer. Go back here. And I'm going to choose a little bit more of a gray color, honestly. And I'm going to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me go back here and put my symmetry on. Make this smaller. Make this darker. Make this lighter. I just want to have some variation going on here. Now I'm going to go back to a really narrow line. So they've got a little bit of texture to them now. I'm going to turn the Adobe Fresco layer off. We don't need to look at that anymore. I'm going to deselect, check the comments. Thanks so much for so many people stopping by today. It's a tablet. I'm using an iPad and I'm using an Apple Pencil. It's an iPad Pro, but you can make this program work on, I think it's called an iPad Air, which is a much less expensive tablet. Same, has a lot of the same tools. You can get the same kind of pencil. You have to be careful when you order an Apple Pencil to make sure that it's compatible with the iPad that you have. So, Tani, you're so pretty. My goat or me? That's sweet of you. Um, no, this is not an Android, but that's a great question. I've forgotten, let me ask ChatGPT here. Can Adobe Fresco, I think it can, work on Android? I'm almost positive it can, but let me just double check. It does not work on Android devices. It's currently only available on iPad. So alternatives for Android are Infinite Painter, Sketchbook, Clip Studio Paint, Medibang Paint, Infinite Painter, really. It says it has great brushes, layers, and pressure support. Okay, so what's the most inexpensive? What is the most inexpensive that is equal to Adobe Fresco? Oops, Fresco. I'm over here on my computer typing this question in. That works on Android? Question mark. And let's see what Chat GPT. It does pretty good research. It gets it wrong sometimes, so just beware. Um, Infinite Painter price free to try. One time unlock is $10. No subscription. Wow, that's an excellent price. Whoops. So I think I should try that one out. I don't have an Android anymore though. Why is it similar? Excellent brush engine, realistic blending and pressure sensitive tools, unlimited layers, masking symmetry, perspective guides, works beautifully with stylus and Android tablets. Okay, does it have the motion tool? Does it have the motion tool? It does not have the motion tool like Adobe Fresco. So it lets you animate drawings frame by frame. Yeah, on Adobe Fresco that does. If you're not looking for motion animation features on Android, here's some, if you are looking, here's some alternatives. Rough Animator is an alternative, Flip a Clip, and Toon Squad. So you could put you could put a still photograph in Flip a Clip and then do the rain on top of the still photograph. So if you create the drawing somewhere, wherever, whatever app you have working on, you can then do it. You can then just import it into Flip a Clip and do it in there. And Flip a Clip's pretty inexpensive too. So, so that would be the solution. I know there's some Androids. I've had Androids before with a stylus, and there was, I think Adobe actually, I swear they bought up some of those programs though. Okay. Oh, the drawing app. Yeah, thank you. Uh, well, I've used Flip a Clip before, and I think you can import a photograph, Levi. So I'll show you how I do my animation on here, and then you tell me what you think, because I could do the same thing on Flip a Clip, but the animation tool on here is pretty awesome. So I think I'm gonna stop drawing on the goat. The goat feels pretty done for now. I'm gonna add a background layer of, oh, I guess I could just change that one to a blue sky. So I'm gonna use my bucket fill and I'm gonna go with a blue sky here. And Levi, I used a mobile, so yeah, it's really hard to draw in it. Yeah, I had a stylus when I was drawing. I had a stylus with a little, I had like an Android phone and a little tiny pencil, and I could draw with Flip a Clip in there. And now I use Flip a Clip on here, which is, it's really easy because I've got so much space. Yeah, it's good discussion. There's so many apps out there. You just have to, search around and but if you really like this app, save your pennies and hopefully you'll be able to afford to buy an app like this eventually. I'm going to go pretty light with my gray. The app isn't expensive. It's, you know, the iPad. So getting the equipment. Let me go backwards here. I want to do a cloud. There we go. And I'm going to just bucket fill it to start. I think I'm going to turn off my oversketch, my original sketch. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. So, Tiani, you draw on a mobile. Hi, Krishna. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Levi, you prefer paper. The digital is great, but it costs a lot maybe in the future. Absolutely. I totally love that you draw on paper. It's harder to draw on paper. It's way harder to draw on paper. So you're really building your skills when you draw on paper. My hat is off to you. I've drawn on paper too, in the past quite a bit. So I think I'm going to actually, because I want this cloud to look cloudy, I'm going to use a wet brush and just start painting a little bit with the wet brush on. It doesn't want to show. Let me go to a white. Let's see if the white will show. There we go. Ooh, I like that. Then let me go to a nice dark, and I'll make the brush a little bit smaller. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, so I'm gonna go one behind that. I'm gonna add a layer behind it. I'm gonna turn off my symmetry, or I'm gonna deselect. Let's see, where am I? I'm here. I want the wet brush. Oh, I want it up here. Here we go. No, I want it down here. There we go. And then I'm going to also go and grab that white color again. Not sure I like that as much, but I wanted to create a couple layers for the let me go backwards on that. Let me go here and create this type of a shape there. And then maybe use the eraser and bring it up in the middle a little bit. I wonder if I can push. I think I can. I can push that a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, the reason I wanted 2 layers of clouds is I want the rain coming down in between the clouds. So it's about to get pretty exciting, folks. We're going to add some rain. Okay, so that's my back cloud. I want to add a layer in between. So this, I can actually merge that one down. So I've got my front clouds and I've got my back cloud right here. And that's interesting. It's behind the other one, so that's okay. Do I want to bucket fill? No. So right here on this layer, I'm gonna create a little raindrop. And I'm actually going to create it out of a vector brush so I'm going to go with a super light blue, and I'm just going to draw it. Where am I going to draw it? I think I'll turn this cloud off so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to draw it underneath the cloud right here. It's a little bit too big. Okay. Oh, I have my symmetry button on. I got to turn that off. Otherwise, this isn't going to work right. All right, let me try that again. We're just drawing one little raindrop. Let's fill it in. Let's make it perfect. I just pushed that away. Levi, the saddest thing that ever happened to me in digital is I tried so hard to draw a mimic of the Mona Lisa, and instead of deleting old layers, I deleted it. Oh, bummer. It took you 6 hours. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a painful story. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Darn. Okay. That's what happens when you have on the style brush I have is just a little bit, it grows. It's a taper brush. So it grows, and sometimes it grows where you don't really want it to grow. Okay, I feel like my drop is perfect now. And I am going to now turn on the motion tool. So I started drawing at about 11 o'clock in the morning. It's 1:32. So I've been working on this drawing for about 2.5 hours. Okay, I'm turning on the motion tool, and I'm going to create a path. So what layer am I on? I am on my raindrop layer right here. You can't see it, but there's one little raindrop. And it doesn't matter where I drew that raindrop. Oops. It's where I put my motion tools that matter. So can I close this so I have more space? Yeah, I still have the motion tool open. Okay, there's my raindrop. And I am going to bring a raindrop down like that. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. What is it doing? Not doing what I expected it to at all. I wonder, I'm going to have to clear that layer, put the motion tool away, clear the layer, start again. I think it still had a little bit of the now I'm just going to bucket fill that. There we go. That was a lot faster than the last one. I think it still had the symmetry going on. It had a little bit of something. So there's my raindrop. Now you can see it. Yeah, there was something wrong with what I did earlier. Okay, so here we go. We're going to add a path. And you see the raindrop coming down. So what I can do to that raindrop is I can add multiples. Now you see a lot of raindrops coming down. And I can grow and shrink them. And I can scatter them. And I can add more. So they're all going behind him at this point. Every path is more raindrops. And I can actually add even more. and scatter them a little bit more. And I can randomize them. I can make it rain faster or slower. There, it's raining a lot faster. Here it's raining really slow, like a mist. I'm going to leave it right about there. Maybe a little faster. And I want it to come a little straighter down, so I think I'm not going to randomize. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, that's better. Now I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make a whole nother layer. Can I duplicate that? I can duplicate that layer. Hopefully it won't crash the system. Let me check the comments while you're waiting. A couple people are going to be right back. Okay, I'll be here. Ooh, I might have crashed my little drawing here. It's really working hard. Time for a drink of water. All right, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have to close it. It's frozen everything. Let's see what it saved. Do I have a motion layer anymore? Play all. I do. Hooray. I'm also going to turn this cloud back on so it looks right. That cloud, let's put that there. Okay, so now I've got the rain coming from behind. It looks like it's coming out of the cloud is what I want to do. That's why I created the two layers so that, and put the rain in between the two layers. I'm originally from Wisconsin, which is just south of Canada in the United States, and now I'm living in the Pacific Northwest, which is also just south of Canada. Okay, so I want a lot more rain than that though. So what I want to do, I'll just create another layer, another rain layer. I won't try and duplicate it because that almost like crashed the program. So let me do that. And again, I'm going to turn off that top cloud so I can see. I'll do another raindrop over here. This one, I'm going to make a little bit lighter. Well, that was funny. And I'm going to fill it. I'm going to go back and turn on that top, that cloud so it looks right. This raindrop I want behind that cloud. And I'm on that layer. I'm gonna add a path more straight down this time. And I'm gonna add multiples. And I'm gonna randomize it rather than scatter them. I'm gonna randomize. Okay, now I'm gonna add several more of those. And I think I'm gonna add even more. I'm gonna pause, and if I click on the cloud layer, now I'm gonna hit play all. So that's working pretty good. I might move one of those behind. I wonder if I should move one of those behind So I'm going to pause. I'm going to put one of them behind the back cloud. Okay, there we go. So it's raining on him. Now, what I haven't figured out how to do really, really well is how to make rain land on him and like him get wet and then have it dribble down. I could try it right now and it'll be an experiment. Excuse me. And it might turn out terrible, but let's try it just for the heck of it. So I'll go all the way up here to, I'm going to go up here, pause this, and I'm going to make another layer. We'll work up there, close these. And so this is like frame by frame animation. So I'm going to add a couple layers, a couple frames. I'm up to frame 5 now. And I'm just going to go ahead and have a drop hit right here. And then in the next frame, so that's where the old one was, I'm going to just flatten it out. And then I'm going to have it start moving down. Okay, so now let's go out and see what happens. It's going to play that over and over again, and I'm going to turn that layer off, but I just want to do it for fun. Oh. Oh, I like it. I like it. I think I need to have a couple of these, I'm drawing a goat. Thanks for answering. So I'm drawing a goat and I'm making it rain. And now, like, I really like that. I would like to have a few more drops hitting in front of him. So I think I'll go back. I don't want to do a whole lot of them because I mean that might be kind of boring for you. Well, one thing is I want a few drops coming from in front of the cloud. So I'm going to add a path for, no, pause. I can't do that. I can't do that on this layer because then it'll make that whole thing that I did there move. So let me go back. No. Forward. Okay. So I'm going to have to do it on a different layer is what I'm figuring out here. Turn off the motion. I just want a couple drops coming from like a little bit in front of the cloud. So I'm going to add a layer here. And I'm going to, so first of all, on this one, I need to erase that. Go up to this one, draw another drop. Let's fill that. Okay, so I've got one drop there, and I'm going to add a path for these. Path. I'm going to start the path there and have it go in front of him. We need to have a few drops that go in front of him. Just a few. Pause, play all. And let me go up there. There we go. So we do see a couple of them going in front of him. I think that I need to make them, I have to get on the right layer here. Path. I need to make them multiples. There we go. Now we've got a few drops and we'll scatter them a bit. Pause. Let's close that and we'll hit play all. Go up to one of these layers. There we go. Now it looks like he's actually in the rain. Let me bring that up bigger for you so you can see it. Because there's a few drops going in front. And then we've got that one hitting there. And it would take me probably all day to start making drips go all over him. I mean, I could play around with that idea though and see if I can get a couple more happening. Let me read the comments. Yeah. Oh, milk drops. Yeah. Yeah, it does a little bit. I could make them just, I tend to do things very stylized, Levi. I just can't help myself. So I think that I'm going to revisit this goat in the fall when it starts to get really cold here, and I'm going to do a snowflake goat, and we'll have it snow on the goat. Yeah, if I made them less like a drop and more just like, you know, a dot, it probably might look more realistic, or even a little bit of a streaky line. And I actually could add that. Let's do it. I just can't help myself. Let's go right in front of this. I have to hit pause in order to add another layer. Plus. Let's do them just as a straight line. Whoops, cancel. Go up here. Let's go to more of a little bit lighter blue. And let's just do a straight line. Oh, that's with paint. Well, that might be interesting. I'm going to go with a vector. Okay, so let's animate that one little line I did right there. And we'll do a path. And we will add multiples. I'm adding paths all over the place. Okay, pause. I'm going to hit play all. I have to get off from that. So now you can see I've got some like straighter lines in the background, which is kind of interesting. It just adds some variation to it. I think I'll leave them there. Tayani. I love it. I like all the emojis. That's great. Oh, it looks like snow to you. Huh. I wonder if I can darken those. I probably could. Make them a little more blue, a little more translucent. What if I do that? Oh, let's try that. Pause. Let's go here. Let's make it a little bit. I'm on one of the raindrops. Let's make it a little more translucent. Oh, uh-oh, we're onto it. That's it. Let's do that to this one too. Which one is that? Oh, that's the streak. The streak was okay. So it's the other raindrop there. Let's make that one more translucent too. What do you think? Does it look more like rain? Or some variation? I kind of like that because we've got a little bit of the white showing. Yeah. I love all the I love all the feedback. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Yeah. Yeah, you were great. So do you want me to give you a tour of some of the other stuff that I've done on Infinite Zoom, which is a completely different program? Thank you. Let me do that because I'm feeling like I'm kind of done with this drawing for now. Unless we added something like, unless we added like the wind in the background going by. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you a little tour of a couple other programs that I use, or one other program that I use. So let me close this and we'll go out here, saving. So the other one, well, before I go there, I'll just show you really quick. I did an animation here of an axolotl. Let me hit play on that one. So similar kind of a thing. His little head is kind of bobbing back and forth. There's a little bit of a jump in this one that I don't like. You'll see it jump in a minute. See, it jumps. I'm not quite sure how to solve that. And then, so that's the same program though. And I've got quite a few different animations in here. There's a couple fun ones though that I want to show you. There's one, it's pretty old. Let me find it. Oh, here we go. This one's kind of fun, I think. My connection today is not really great. Let's see. All right, let's see if the motion works on this one. Play all. Play all. Oh, doesn't work. Okay, that was a bad example. All right, let me go out to the other program that I wanted to show you, which is Infinite Zoom. Right here, Zoom Art. Okay, so this is Infinite Zoom, and I'm going to go to my bookmarks and I'm going to go to where I started. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out to the door. Okay, so here's the drawing. This is the start to the drawing. And it's got, the tools are even simpler than what I've been using over in Adobe Fresco. Hi. And this one started out to be a fashion drawing, but it quickly morphed into something else. This is where the first thing I actually drew was this girl. And then I turned her into the key of a doorknob. And then I decided, well, let's go in for, this is a really cool program. And you can go into her necklace. And then you discover that there's this little horse in her spirit in there. And then you can go into his eye. And you find there's a little boy and he's got all the weather happening around him and he's looking very closely at a plant, a little seedling, and then you notice there's a little dark spot in that seedling and it takes you to a place of wonder. So, thank you so much for all the compliments, Tahani. Um, Tayani. So Tayani and Levi, if you haven't subscribed, I really would like you to subscribe, and you too, Nadine. This has been so fun, and I would love to have you guys come on my lives all the time. I can't believe how fun you've been. Just so fun. But if you don't subscribe, you won't be able to find me. So I'm just a little worried about that because I'm going to sign off here in a minute. Um, Let me show you, I'll just show you a couple more of these infinite zooms because they are so fun. Um, I'm doing a little one here that's sort of the history of fashion. And let's see, I'll go out to where I started on this one. I even forget the names of all of the eras, but this was the Neolithic era, and it's almost like kind of a cave person, nomad type. And we go into her eye, and then we get to, I think this is an Iron Age, but there's a culture that it relates to, and the name is escaping me right now because I haven't been in here drawing in a while. We go into her eye, and it takes us to Egypt. And then we look, I'm not done with this drawing, by the way. I've still got a lot to do. And then we move into this crystal ball that she's holding, and we find Greek pottery in there. And once we go into the Greek pottery, we look into the eye of Horus. I think this is Horus is the god. And that moves us into kind of a Nordic Celtic style. And then we move into, this is from South America, and I am embarrassed to say I cannot remember the name. I think it's Mayan. Pretty sure it's Mayan. And then we move in here, and this one is just roughed out. This, I'm going to move back over to the Tang Dynasty on the other side of the world and draw that style. So I have a lot more to do on this drawing, but I just haven't gotten back to it in a while. And this is the Zoom art program. And the best way to find it, if you want, this one I believe works on both Adobe and Apple. This one, if you want to find it, what you want to look for is the logo. Let me show you the logo. It's right here. I'm going to bring it up, and it is this logo right there. Darn. Let me do that differently. It's right here, Zoom Art, and I'm going to zoom in. So the name, when you go on your app finder, your app store, it might not say Zoom Art, but look for this squiggly. It's purple, blue, and white. It's that squiggly right there, right above my fingernail. Look for that. And that's the app that I'm using. It's got the best eraser on it. Some of the other ones have they're really good apps, except the erasers are terrible. So these guys have changed their names multiple times though. So I hesitate to tell you the name because they've changed it twice from what I can tell. And so right now it's called Zoom Art, but they don't change their logo. So you can find it by their logo. Okay, Nadine, it was so good to have you join us. Yo girl. Oh, Michaela, you're back. Well, you didn't see the finished drawing. I got to show you. Are you still here, Michaela? let's go look at that finished drawing. Here it is. And we're going to make it rain. It's raining on the goat because it's a rainy, rainy day today. Thank you. So glad you're still here. And I hate to leave when there's still people on, but I have to sign off for the day. I got to go get some exercise, got to go take care of the animals. Thank you. It was so fun to draw with everybody today, and people kept coming back around. Like, I am so thrilled. So thrilled. I had so much fun with you all today. Bye bye. We'll see you next time.